Good evening. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Feathers. I'm the cutest devil in the world. And today we'll be continuing. This is our fourth part of our Homestuck reading series. And we're just beginning Act 3. So I think we're making okay-ish time. Of course, the series is going to be extremely long, but yeah. I'll try to do 2 hours at a time this time. It is hard though, because doing all the voices and reading out loud is definitely difficult. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I'm also eating right now. I'm having my dinner right now, so I'll mute when I'm chewing, but you'll definitely see me chewing. Alright, let's get right into it, shall we? Okay. Let me pull out my chat as well. Okay. Let's get started. Oh wait, let me mute my Discord real quick. Alright. Act 3. A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly antics, as silly girls are often known to do. She may have a silly name too, or maybe not. It is hard to say for sure without asking her. Since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well just give her a name right now. Enter name. Farm Stink Butt Lass. I guess her name is Farm Stink. Wake up. Try to roust Farm Stink from her slumber, but she's really down for the count. Looks like she's holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from... They're right there, in plain sight. Look, they're flashing red. Draw pumpkin on Farm Stink. What pumpkin? You see no pumpkin, and frankly it is hard to imagine there ever was a pumpkin, in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, that would be a really terrible thing to do to poor, sweet Farm Stink. Read note. Farm Stink, that is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is... Try again. Jade Harley! Woo! Finally meeting our girl Jade Harley. There she is. Examine room. Ooh. Your name is Jade. You've just woken up from a restful nap, and as usual, you have no recollection of falling asleep. You have quite a number of interests, so many in fact, you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help you sort everything out on your mind. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Ooh, shall we play a silly flute refrain? Let me make sure my sound settings are on. Boop. Okay. Let's hear Jade's lovely, silly flute refrain. Oh no, it doesn't work! Usually, in the original one, you'd be able to, like, tap on your keyboard, and then she would play all the different notes depending on what you typed in. That sucks that it doesn't work anymore. Wow, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument that you actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, I have no idea where this flute even came from. Things tend to appear and disappear around here all the time. Especially to your unending chagrin, any sort of large orange gourd that might be laying around. You consider throwing the flute down in disgust. Capital flute. Second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute and there's no reason to take your frustration out of it. You just need some practice. Before you capture log the flute, you'll need to set your fetch modus first. Jade, set modus. Wow, look at all those. You have a wide variety of fetch modi to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa brought you this fetch modus set for Christmas. He's a total badass, even if a little strict. You typically opt for the memory modus when it comes to matters of day-to-day practicality. So memory, Monopoly, Operation, Pictionary, Guess Who, Boggle, Connect 4, Ouija, Clue, Battleship, Yahtzee, Jenga. Definitely recommend checking out the unofficial Homestuck collection. It fixes all the broken Flash games. Oh really? I'll have to check that out for next time. Thank you. I'll take a look next time. Select memory. You set your modus to memory and capture log the flute. You allot 9 cards to the modus from your deck, since that will be more than enough for your needs at the moment. The modus grabs 9 more cards for matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blank cards and mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the item, you'll first pick 1 card and then pick its matching card. For the typical Silodexer, this modus represents a frustrating guessing game and a lot of wasted time on mismatching. But you like it because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. Ah, squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. It is an awfully silly idea and is basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably disregard this thought and focus on more sensible objectives at once. Oh my god, this is so much fun. She really is silly. This is a certified silly moment. You capture log the bag of fertilizer. Jade, consult colorful reminders. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, and you can be a little forgetful, so you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there's something different to remember at a certain time. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you that there's something important to remember now. It is your friend John's birthday. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's... Oh wait, I just read that. Blah. The blue string... Oh no, it says the same thing. Good lord. Sorry, let me start that part over. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you that there is something important to remember now. It is your friend John's birthday. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, though in a way that means something slightly different. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should stop by your room first for some supplies, and most importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. Capture like the pumpkin growing next to you. Snap up that pumpkin, which seems suitably ripe for the taking. Hopefully the safety of your Silodex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. Exit the room. I love all the colors. I love the way the flowers look. You make your way... Ooh, look at that. There's some ink or something up there. Make your way to the middle of the garden atrium. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse, huh? It's up in the top left. Isn't there something for that in the OBS? Let me see. Perhaps not. I'll have to figure that out some other time. Make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium wings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Capture log something. Your memory modus is hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on fresh produce to fill some more cards. Pick a juicy red crab apple. Pick a nice looking key lime. Then a delicious mandarin orange. Those are your favorite. Finally, a ripe yellow Eureka lemon. Modus fun aside, you feel it's impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. You transportalize upstairs. Just above is your room. Ascend. Enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you are immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of an anthropomorphological persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics, and not infrequently can be found dabbling in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy sporadic fits of narcolepsy. Your love of gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. Prognostication? That sounds right. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize this is only one half of your room, and is therefore host to only half your interests to choose from. Explore the other half of your room. Over here, there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interests, and then some. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You are a skilled markswoman, though your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphologically persuaded or otherwise. Your work table is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particularly exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistently and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you've still not been able to get that broad flag gizmo there to work, which is a sign you've borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You are a great admirer of his, and you are not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventurer, big game hunter, billionaire extraordinaire. He has taught you everything you know, but in spite of all his lessons, it's still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you are on the way out of the house to run your errands. He spends most of his time in the grand foyer, stewing in his own intensity and charisma. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out to find your pet and best friend named Becquerel. This animal must be fed, and he will not be happy if he is not. And if he's not happy, then you will not be happy. But first, you really should dig out your computer and say hi to John. Now, what will you do? Quickly retrieve firearms from wall. You equip your trusty hunting rifle. There should be hell to pay if Grandin caught you leaving the house without it. Wonder why the design on your shirt changed. There isn't much to wonder, really. You left the wardrobe afire on its randomization setting. You contemplate which shirt design you favor the most and commit to that setting in the near future. Captchalog nearest Squiddles doll and hug it. Just before you can grab one, the powerful electromagnets concealed in their underbellies become activated, and the two of them get all tangled up with each other playfully. These things are so cute. I love them. Captchalog the Tangle Buddies. Lose interest in fauna and never speak of it again. Hear that, Nimbus? Oh, but you could never do that. What marvelous creatures they are. What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of humanity with the elegance and nobility of the animal kingdom. How you wish you could know their world, to hear one night those muted paw pads triaps up your stairs. Trapes. Muted paw pads traipse up your stairs. A low but friendly growl unsettles your slumber, and as the soap seeps from your eyes, they detect a sharp pair of ears cutting moonlight. A mysterious woven tongue invites. Wouldn't these ears just suit you? Would this proud long snout assist you in the hunt? No need to answer. Words slow from the busy mind like a useless dead membrane as a more visceral sapience takes over. Something simpler is in charge now, a force untouched by the concerns and burdens of the upright, that farcical yoke the bipedal toe. It now drives you through the midnight brush, your paws whisking through creepers, unearthing with each bold stomp bright odors demanding investigation. But not for long, as you and your new friend must claim the night with piercing howls moonward. You eared a weird bug and don't even care. Pick up your toys. Speaking of which, you pick up one of your Manthro chaps. They are wonderful friends and are always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, dear Mr. Coxcomb, how will you ever be received at the barnyard gala without the trappings of a proper gentleman? Each Manthro chap comes with a number of accessories, including articles of formal attire, a vaccination kit, and a dishwasher-safe slop trough. Organize all your dolls. Gather all your dolls into a rather cozy-looking pile. Change wardrobifier setting. Deactivate the wardrobifier's randomization mode and set it to cycle through these 3 shirt designs. This decision was tough, but you think you came to the best possible conclusion. I think this is just like, yeah, the pull. Nice. Look out the window. It is another beautiful day in your neighborhood. It is peaceful and quiet as usual. A rather imposing volcano looms over your house, which has been inactive for centuries. Though dormant on the surface, the volcanic activity deep underground provides your house with a source of geothermal power. You are not sure why your grandfather decided to draw from this source of energy when he had unlimited power of the atom at his disposal, but it has been this way for as long as you can remember. You've chalked it up to your family's long-standing propensity for eclectic fursuits. Wait, you mean pursuits. Retrieve fursuit from magic chest. What is this nonsense about fursuits? You do not own a fursuit. You think anthropomorphic fauna are really cute and enchanting and all. It has never occurred to you to dress like one. Sure, it's fun to imagine what it would be like to run wild with a pack of wolves or purr and frolic with a litter of kittens, but dressing up as an animal just seems ridiculous. It would still be just a silly girl draped in a raggedy, synthetic, tufty piece of crap. Seriously, who are you trying to kid with that sort of baloney? I love her expression there. Anyway, it is not a magic chest. It is your gadget chest, which you've adapted for storing a number of useful gizmos. It was once your oracle's trunk, a gift from your grandfather, of course, and still contains many silly fortune-telling knickknacks, all of which are completely bogus. Open chest. Among the fortune-telling knickknacks are these items. A crystal ball plus compulsory velvet pillow, a tarot deck, a magic 8-ball, a magic cue ball, and one of your favorite books of all time, Problem Sooth. Among the useful gizmos are of course your computer, which you keep inside a fun lunchbox for easy transport, and a couple of gizmos you keep handy so you don't always have to make the long trip to the kitchen. There's a cookalizer for preparing delicious meals, and a refrigerator, a name which is clearly a wacky variation on the much more common household name, the Refrigificator. Examine 8-ball and magic cue ball. These things are stupid and useless. When the magic 8-ball isn't being frustratingly ambiguous, its forecast is always wrong. You've tested it numerous times with certain facts you know to be true. This is its reply when you ask if it's your friend John's birthday today. See? Stupid. I guess maybe it could be used as a reverse prediction device, and you always trust the opposite of what it says. But that seems dumb to you. Anyway, the thing gives you a bad vibe. You might consider smashing it, but you're a little superstitious about whatever ominous consequences that might have, even if the occult talisman in question is a cheap piece of garbage. Magic Cue Ball, on the other hand, is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Fortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface that allows you to view the prediction. You put both of these pieces of junk back in the box. Capsulog refrigerator. Take the refrigerator. You might as well grab the cookalizer too. No portable kitchen is complete without it. Take your lunch top too, because obviously you're going to be using that pretty soon. Whoops, there goes your flute. But who cares? Feed your friend. Before you go out to feed Beck, you'll need to prepare a meal for him. Clear some space on your work table so you can set up the refrigerator and cookalizer. Just for fun, Jade allows you to take a stab at matching the cards to use the gizmos. It doesn't present much of a challenge for her, so she figures she might as well step aside, while providing a few generous hints. No, warmer, cooler, cold, warmer, yes, no, cold, ice cold, warmer. You've selected the key lime. Way to go. Try again. Hot. Wait, no, cold. Really cold. Frozen fucking tundra. Got the lemon, okay. Oh, orange. Congratulations, you advanced your matching skill to a new level. Yukon Hero. Legacy of the Frostbite Amputee. Jade is beginning to regret breaking the fourth wall for this ill-advised escapade. Okay, one more time. If it were known in advance how terrible you were going to be at this matching game, the author may have given second thought to preparing this cool interactive Flash application. Look at all these fruits on the loose. Good luck trying to settle them down. Just deploy the gadgets yourself. Stick fruits in the refrigerator, keep them fresh. Fruits are unlikely to become less impudent anytime soon, regardless of where they are stored, but you stick them in anyway. Take a look at the refrigerator's rotary interface. You wonder what he's in the mood for today. Press the steak button. Oh well, it's a rotary dial, so there are no buttons to press, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. Dial up a thick T-bone steak, which you are sure Becquerel is in the mood for, because he is in the mood for steak every day and is never in the mood for anything else. He does like his steak well cooked. Oh my god, the explosion. Lightly irradiate steak. He does prefer a steak rare after all, but you do not dignify the thought of turning the knob much further because you are not, that word. I said this before, but I'm not gonna read any rude words. Any, more derogatory words, I guess. You capture the irradiated steak and save it for your trip outside. You probably shouldn't waste much more time. You wouldn't want all these nice depleted steak isotopes to settle down. Examine the atomic bass by your bed. Welcome, welcome! You wouldn't exactly call it an atomic bass, but it is heavily customized to accommodate a high level of musical virtuosity, the perfect instrument for the eclectically spirited. You've turned the strings way down, of course, because your stumpy arms can't reach the low notes. Hi, Lulu. Thanks for coming. You switch your eclectic bass to bass. Bass? No, it's bass if it's a guitar, right? Yeah. I said bass before, didn't I? Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like my model. Switch your eclectic bass to its advanced setting. But you promptly switch it back, since obviously it's too complicated to play it in person like this. The default setting is your preferred mode for casual jamming. Since you can't possibly waste enough time playing music, casually jam is exactly what you're going to do. Hi, Berserker! Okay, this one works. Let's turn on the sound. Oh, really? Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely consider that for next time. Thank you so much for letting me know. I didn't know about that. Sorry about the loud clicking noise. I have a mute button on my mic, and it makes that sound. I keep forgetting. I'm really sorry about that. My first Homestuck rating, I know what's going on. Yeah, this can get a little confusing, but we're pretty early on still. Take the portable amp from the wall socket too. Let me get the BGM back. Open lunch top. You like to make yourself comfy in your plushy pile before getting down to business with your computer. Jade, get down to business. Oh, this is an S page. Epic. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that page didn't have any sound, strangely enough. The sound is only on specific pages, so usually it'll have like an S like next to the title up there. If there's actually sound. So I guess it makes sense that this video didn't have any sound. Super early, still find it weird Act 6 is half the Act 5 and Act 6, that's where it starts to get real, right? Hey look, John is online. Hooray! Also looks like Dave pestered you about something yesterday, but you missed it. Pester John. You greet John, but he does not respond. He is undoubtedly gallivanting around his house in a state of barely restrained birthday mirth. He may also be retrieving the 2 packages and the 2 envelopes which you are certain came in the mail for him earlier. You will wait a little while and see if he returns before you head out. Jade, see if Dave left you a sweet new wrap. Does not appear so. You just never know with that crazy and cool guy. So cool. Did we read this already? No, we did not. Turntech Godhead. TG began pestering Garden Gnostic. Hey. Oh, you're asleep again, aren't you? Or do you even know if you are? I still don't know how that works. It's like nothing means anything. So cool getting hella chumped by your Kodakish. I've never heard that word before. Damn riddles all the time. I don't know why I believe anything you say I don't know why I believe anything you say like I'm the Grand Marshal of gross chumpage. Oh my god. I forgot that they use this word sometimes. Assistant Director of Chumpography, celebrated author Ernest Chumpingway. Wait, weak. Chumple Stiltskin. Chumple dipshit. Yeah, you're asleep. Yes, no? ASL, S species. Baboon, kangaroo rat. If kangaroo rat, yiff twice, please. Okay, well, you're not saying anything, so I guess whether you're non-awake or unasleep or whatever, you're just not around and I'm wasting good material. Even worse, I'm wasting a killer persona here. Like, I don't know, like a wide open V-shaped leotard and a fuck ton of body paint. Like some like sinewy back-arching Cirque du Soleil looking motherfucker, always low to the ground, getting a good prowl on. Like I dropped my keys in the dark. Nimblest son of a bitch who had the gumption to glue a nasty pair of latex cat lips to his face. For some reason that wasn't a joke. Jade, hey, where are you? Seriously, I'm sitting here tonight with a fucking bag of kibble jacked open on my lap and primed for goddamn bear, and you're gone. I don't know how to read that. Hard as buttock in the jungle. Tempered steel. Hey, yeah, I just wanted to give you this remix I finished here. Dave is just incomprehensible like 90% of the time. Way to go saying words that I can't say, man. So yeah, you don't have to respond to any of that, by the way. I'll probably forget half the shit I said anyway. Talk to you tomorrow. Open Fresh Jams. Is this a broken page? Yes. You open the Fresh Jams media player and add Dave's remix to the playlist. Interesting. Open Echidna and go to mspaintadventures.com. Boggle vacantly at these shenanigans. Begins to dawn on you that everything you just did may have been a colossal waste of time. Open your web browser and visit MSPA. You navigate to a random page in the middle of the latest epic. Looks like he was just finishing up some sort of weird tangential intermission here. Whatever it was clearly advanced the plot in no relevant way whatsoever. An intermission. Midnight Crew, Act 1031. Okay, we got an S page. I apologize for all my skipping over words. I'm just so afraid that I'm gonna accidentally say something bad. Alright. Alright, we're back. Excellent. Just met the Midnight Crew. Killed a little time, but still no sign of John. Jade, Pastor Dave. Did we read this? I believe we did. Yeah, we did. We did read this. I think we read this. Yeah, we read it already. They're just talking about Dave or John's present. Another S page. Look at that. Poor Dave. Poor guy. Alright, let's continue. Rose is online. Pastor Rose. Yeah, okay. I don't think we've read this yet. I require a font of frighteningly accurate yet infuriatingly non-specific information. Do you know where I can find a wellspring of this sort? Yes, but we can't talk for long. You have plans? Well, yes I do, but it's just that you will lose your internet connection soon, and we won't talk again for a pretty long time. Not until you enter. Enter? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This was the itch that needed scratching. My avarice for the inscrutable. It is limitless. Well, what did you want to know? You've been insisting today was the big day. We would all play a game that you didn't know the name of. A game you said I'd get in the mail, and did. One that would help me answer some questions. With Strider's being obtuse, I can't catch John at his computer, and you don't even have the game yourself. On top of that, my internet is unstable. So you are sure today is the day? There are a lot of challenges, but yes, I am sure. Dave is cool. You know he'll come around when the time is right. He just has a lot of work to do first, and so do you. You'll need to keep searching for a stable signal and power source. It will be hard, but don't give up. Don't worry about me either. Focus on playing with John first. It all starts with you two. Is there nothing else you can say to prepare me for this? I'm sure you think little of blithely upsetting dark forces with Grandpa Moreau over there on Hell Murder Island. But honestly, I've only read a few books on it. Dark? That's ridiculous. I don't really know what to tell you other than it's not going to be what you think it is. And most importantly, you'll have your questions answered. They will be the ones you haven't thought to ask yet. Just be patient and be brave, you'll see. It'll be fun! Uh-oh, looks like you've gotta go. Take care, Rose. Jade, be the other girl. You are now the other girl several hours in the future. It appears a secret passage in the mausoleum has opened. It's getting awfully toasty in here. Gather up your belongings, including your dead cat. Descend. Ooh. Jade, stop being the other girl and pester John again. It's been enough time for now concerning yourself with the future of your friends. John will not be available until later. By then he will have his hands full, as will you. Pack up your lunch top and get ready to take care of some business downstairs. Try as you might, you can't oh. John, no! Ah! Oh no! Oh. Cookies. There he goes. Does it just loop? Is there more? Looks like it just loops. Poor John. Try as you might, you can't stop your mind from drifting to the fate of your friends who dwell in a particular configuration of reminders on your finger. Also in the future, but years, not hours, under bare white branches, a century awakens. Uh-oh. Ooh. We're back to the walkthrough. Some stuff about captcha codes and punch card alchemy. I think this is John writing this. Or maybe I think it's Jade. Is anyone actually reading any of this? Or are they all dead? I don't know if anyone besides us is even alive and playing the game, or if anybody really even cares what we have to say. I think it is John. Rose said I should add some stuff to this fact if anything occurred to me, so I guess I'm doing that. But I figure at the very least it will be a good reference for us to use. Dave probably won't read any of this because he's sort of this whopping stupid horse butt. Whatever. Finally figured out what those weird codes on the back of captcha log cards are for. Maybe not what they're always for, but a way that Swerve has exploited them for in-game purpose. Every captured item stamps the card with a unique code, and a gizmo in Suburb called the Punch Design X will punch a unique pattern of holes in the card which is derived from that code. Punch card can then be used with other gizmos to duplicate the item and or combine it with another item. This is definitely John. Yeah, definitely, I can see it now. I got to thinking about this, and with my amazing hacker skills, I noticed a trend. The whole pattern is based on a fairly simple cipher, converting the captcha code to binary. Then the binary pattern is punched, where 1 is a punched hole and 0 is an unpunched slot. So, here's the table, just to be clear. Okay. 0. So it goes, so the 0 to 9 is the first set, and then it goes through the alphabet, and then the lowercase is the second set. Okay. A couple of oddball characters, exclamation point and question mark, at the end to bring it up to 63. 0 through 63, 64 total, i.e. 6 bits. Because the binary representation of the captcha code characters are 6 bits each. 6 bits each, which have a range of 0 to 63. So for instance, the captcha code for the hammer is this, NZ7UN6BI. Look up the index for N first, which is 49. The binary of 49 is 10001. Keep doing that for all the characters and you get a bunch of 1s and 0s. Okay, that's the pattern that will be punched on the card. But the bits are arranged top to bottom, left to right in 4 columns like this. Or punched on a card like this. Interesting. Wow, okay, that pretty much looks like shit, but you get the idea. So to combine 2 items, you just overlap 2 punch cards. Only the places where both cards will have a hole will show, though. Sorry, my BGM's not on. Where was I? Oh, we'll show through, so it's sort of like a bitwise AND operation on both cards. The new pattern gives you the code for the new item. Yeah, okay. For instance, combining the code for a hammer and a pogo ride gives a new code with less holes, obviously, which translates to that. That whole pattern went on to make the pogo hammer, which is so rad you have no idea. I've also wondered if you can combine items in other ways, like a bitwise OR. That means combining the cards to get more holes, not less, i.e. the new pattern has a hole for every hole in each card. This pattern would be accomplished by double punching a card. Like 2 codes, 1 card. I gotta try that sometime. There's some mysterious things about all this. First of all, with all the hole slots, there are 48 bits in total, which means there are almost 300 trillion possible codes, and 300 trillion sounds huge. But when you consider it's supposed to account for all conceivable items, including all the wacky combinations of stuff, it suddenly doesn't seem that big. This leads me to believe that not every combination of item is a viable duplicate. This is kinda obvious anyway, since there are many combinations of punch cards that will produce either a blank card with AND or a totally punched card with OR. So there are lots of dud combinations out there, and many that will just lead to the same pattern. Like for instance, a gun and an atom bomb can make some sort of ultimate death array, but for that matter, a shoehorn and a potted plant could lead to the exact same pattern. It's so weird. That's true, actually. That's kinda wacky. Also, it seems like combined items will always have patterns which occupy much fewer holes or much more holes than more ordinary items, which will occupy the vast meaty middle of all possible patterns. It is strange and counterintuitive that more complex objects have simpler patterns, but hey, there you have it. But all this sort of makes me guess this system can be cracked in some way. Like if you have a complicated item and you want to extract simpler components from it, there might be some algorithm for deriving the pattern you want, or at least narrowing down the possibilities. There might also be ways of charting through the simpler patterns on both ends of the bit spectrum and pinning down the ones that will make cooler stuff. Who knows? I want to ask Jade about all this because she's really good at this sort of thing somehow, even though she doesn't have my elite hacksaw cred. Too bad she makes herself so scarce all the time. Jade, if you ever read this, let me know what you think. The ASCII stuff is so cute. Oh. Let me know if you guys want me to continue reading the game fact pages, because it's extra information, right? But it's not particularly plot relevant or interesting. I mean, it is plot relevant, but not like necessary, I guess. You enter the laboratory. Look for mad scientists. There are no scientists to be found, mad or otherwise, or anyone for that matter. The lab appears to be deserted. There is a kiosk, though. Whoa. Looks like the kiosk monitors the lab's enormous hub grid. Jade, transportalize as far down as you can go. Ooh. This is as far down as you can go. The grand foyer is still a few floors down, but the transportalizer on that level is blocked by one of Grandpa's impressive big game trophies. You just don't think he would cotton to someone moving it. Speaking of which, here are some of his trophies now. He has 1 million of these ghastly things. You really dislike them. Proceed. You hop down a level. Granddad also likes to accumulate valiant knights from his travels. These are pretty cool, you guess? Keep going. Oh yeah, how could you forget about a stash of decrepit mummies? God, you hate these things. Don't stop. Oh yeah, the blue ladies, oh my god. This is your grandfather's collection of what he refers to as his beauties. No lovely lady will be fit for his collection unless her portrait has spent at least 20 years bleaching in the front window of a beauty parlor. A sort of establishment he's plundered no less frequently than ancient tombs. You guess they were sort of like your sisters while growing up. You were always encouraged to look up to them. They're all awfully pretty ladies, you suppose, but it's always hard to get as excited about them as Grandpa. Jade, study hard and keep your rifle at the ready. When adventure summons, I know you'll be did my connection lose for a minute? Uh-oh, that's not good. Are we still good? Uh-oh. But we're good now, right? I think we're good. I think we're okay now. Okay, I think we're probably good now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Should I read the last page again? Did you guys get that? Thought it was my Wi-Fi. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Not everything? Okay, I'll go back. I'll just read the whole thing again, since there's not that much. This is your grandfather's collection of what he refers to as his beauties. No lovely lady will be fit for his collection unless her portrait has spent at least 20 years bleaching in the front window of a beauty parlor, a sort of establishment he's plundered no less frequently than ancient tombs. You guess they were sort of like your sisters while growing up, and you were always encouraged to look up to them. They were all awfully pretty ladies, you suppose, but it was always hard to get as excited about them as Grandpa. Jade, study hard and keep your rifle at the ready. When adventure summons, I know you will rise to the task and take your rightful place among the daughters of Eclectica. That old coot sure is a bag of wind. Complete your descent. Reach ground level. This is the stupid thing blocking the transportalizer. It is unspeakably hideous. Down the southeast hall is the grand foyer. You'll have to cross through it to leave the house. Looks like someone's pestering you. Even though you thought you logged off? Answer. Hey yo! Who's this? Eh? Carcinogeneticist began trolling. Oh my god. It's time. Hi again, idiot. Oh no. So I guess today is finally the day you fuck everything up. Is there nothing I can do to change your mind? You can leave me alone. How could you even be talking to me after I blocked you? And after I logged out? You don't get that I'm better and smarter than you in every way forever. You don't get that because you're incredibly stupid. I get that you're a jerk and you should shut up. Goodbye, you jerk. And we blocked him. Look at that kiosk. Looks like a mapping of each hub's index. It appears one of the hubs was recently unlocked. Go to the center and do a goofy dance. At the center, you find a little stage that looks perfect for supporting a spectacularly silly dance. Or it would if standing on it didn't make you a little nervous, and also if that didn't sound like a stupid idea given the circumstances. Looks like a lot of the various contraptions you've been deploying in John's house. You wonder what it does. Attempt to plug laptop in a nearby hub. Uh-oh. Oh no! Great, you just vaporized your dead cat. Oh well, ashes to ashes, you guess. There's gotta be a better way to deal with this lousy tree. I love her face. I love that face. That's like the perfect, like, ultra angry face. Looks like you can choose between picking leaves or awkwardly uprooting the whole tree, as you've been doing. You select a leaf. You also turn off auto balance since its consequences can be a little mystifying sometimes. You gather up all your items again in an order that places your laptop in a conveniently accessible leaf. You're not sure why you didn't do this a lot sooner. Kind of a funny looking tree now, but your concern for structural elegance is at an all-time low. Find the unlocked hub. As long as you're going to plug in your computer, you might as well find that hub. Here it is. It is unlocked and thus removable from the grid. You suspect this is the same beacon transmitting the unsecured signal you were using earlier. Pick up the laptop leaf from the tree. Plug your laptop into the hub, then capture the hub and then the laptop. There must be a better place around here to set up your computer. This huge grid of electronics is sort of uninviting. You look around. Hey, what's that? It's another one of these ominous countdowns. You didn't notice it when you first entered the lab about a minute ago. Looks like this one may have been ticking for years. Whatever it's ticking down to, there isn't much time. You can only hope that when you turn on your computer again, there will be a connection invitation from one Mr. Strider. Again in the future. Another timer winds down, sideways. Oh no! The mail! Another S page. Keeps happening. Poor Dave, getting beat up by your bro, just as a normal occurrence. This is so sad. Poor Dave. It keeps happening. What does? You don't have time to humor any random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. Whoa. It appears to be Skynet's primary session terminal, monitoring a great deal of SBURP sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. Looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dots on the map appear to be meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds to the meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. The color of the dot appears to indicate the status of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed. Yellow dots are imminent collisions. Green will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. Use the panel to center on your present location, and zoom in. Surrounding the lab are, of course, the hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these meteorites have either landed already or will shortly. Centered over the lab is a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you could certainly take an educated stab at it. Just southeast of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, though this one appears slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can monitor any meteor or session around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting results based on size, time of impact, location, and so on. You zoom way out and narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the largest by far. You examine only their coordinates. Second biggest is centered over US City. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. That would definitely still, like, cause a lot of damage, even though it's in the ocean. Rose, turn on your laptop and check on John. You plug the laptop into the hub again, turn it on. It is now powered and connected to the wireless signal the hub is broadcasting. Your SBURP session continues. No sign of John here. You wonder why the house is shaking. Last time you saw him, he was on one of the roof platforms. You'll have to navigate via the SBURP interface to find him. Okay. Damn. Ooh, the fridge tech. Let's go. Oh, oh no. Ooh, in the oven. Boing. Damn, that was awesome. Woo! Got him! And then the cookie beam! Cookie beam! Yay! Look at him dance. What a splendid young man. High five, mannequin. Has left hanging long enough. Alright. Good work, John. Oh hey, you're back. For now, looks like I'll have to leave again shortly. Looks like there's another large meteor headed for my present location. Oh, so you mean Dave connected with you? Not yet, but I'll explain later. But I think I've determined that activating the timer in the game is not directly responsible for summoning a meteor to your location. The countdown seems to merely exist as a kind of warning to the player, as well as a strange coincidence. Okay, I don't really get it. Is this relevant? Probably not at the moment, and certainly not to you. I have to go. Okay, later. P.S. Try not to waste too much of that grist while I'm gone. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I'll just be a second. Alright, sorry about that. Thanks for waiting, y'all. Let me take a sip real quick. Okay. Let's climb that echelon. You rocket up the echelon to the dizzying heights of the vaunted Boy Skylark rung. Your new feather is hard-earned and well-deserved, and alarmingly fashionable. Collect fat loots. You and your ceramic pork hauler rejoice in the mound of wealth yielded from your meteoric ascent up to the ladder. We're still not sure what all these boon dollars can actually get you, but when pulling in such insane loot hand over fist like this, who cares? Not you. Pick up as much grist as you can hold. Your expanded cash limit is more than enough to accommodate the grist windfall. Gather up 2,260 pieces of build grist, 1,040 pieces of shale, 490 drops of tar, and 350 drops of mercury. Can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist will be just barely insufficient to produce. Oh god, there's grist litter down there too. Those stupid ogres were like huge grist pinatas. One of those big sour grape electric holocaust fruit gushers is jammed in the hole in the platform. You guess there's only one way to get it. John, don't forget your book. It is your birthright. You ought to give it a read when you have a moment, particularly the first several pages. Okay, Nana, I will. Hey, Nana. Yes, dear? Since I'm trying to get up to that gate, and since you can conjure all sort of floating beds and throw me around and all, couldn't you just throw me up to the gate? Yes, of course, John, but that would not serve your purpose very well. There's a very good reason why you should build up to it, and then keep building. Oh, okay, I guess that's what I figured. So just one more thing. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why that is with a clear explanation, you can give me a series of really coy riddles about it and then just sort of giggle? John, you are a very fresh young man. Your father has done such a wonderful job raising you. I am so proud of you both. I guess. When you pass through the first gate, everything will change. You will find the place where the constellations dance beneath the clouds, and then your shrew work will begin. Hoo hoo hoo. I suddenly understand everything. Elsewhere, we find a place where a kingdom lies entrenched beyond an impenetrable wall of darkness. There's Dad, there's Papa, fighting off the imps. Ooh, Dad punch. Pow, look at that. Woo. Oh. Graveyard stuffers. You are now the Peregrine Mendicant. You are flying westward in your peculiar mobile station. You have no sense of your bearings presently. The door is blocked by a metal column which is extended through the entry shaft before liftoff. What will you do? Check mail. This message to Dr. Brenner looks pretty serious. Open envelope. Never. The mail is sacred, and sacred is the trust between the postman and the recipients of his precious parcels. You have just made a solemn pledge to deliver this letter to the doctor, just as soon as you determine where this address is, or find any sort of discernible mailing address in this wasteland for that matter. The mail is freedom. The mail is life. The mail is the very fabric of wait. Hold that thought for one moment. Ah. The mail is the one final hope for resurrecting a dead planet from its ashes, and the letter carriers are the brave soldiers of God in this righteous crusade. They are the defenders of the light of knowledge, free communication, and the exchange of ideas. They are the bold toters of all those little papery conduits of freedom, the white postmarked angels that whisper a message on their deliverance, a promise to the yearning. There is hope yet. Liberty, reason, justice, civility, edification, perfection, mail. Examine keyboard and screen. The terminal used to activate the station's homing mechanism. Looks like it has now returned to control you. The developed viewport displays commands previously entered, including your last and only command, home. Type view. You type another one of the previously entered commands. It switches to the view of a young girl standing alone somewhere. There's a heavy amount of video interference of some sort. The girl seems familiar to you. Greetings. Don't I know you? Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Rose, refuse to acknowledge the absurd tea set. You successfully disregard the tea set because it's stupid and shouldn't be in a place like this. You probe further into the lab. This looks like a little girl's room. This all strikes you as a bit odd. No time for messing around in here, though. Wear the scarf. Be the writer. That picture. Eh? Okay, maybe you'll do a little messing around. You're only human after all. Oh, what's that? You are accosted by a friendly mutant kitten. There's this great urge to take the wedge shale. You know you should grab this thing, but you're suddenly feeling apprehensive about entering your father's room. With all the scampering around, it almost slipped your mind how much you hate his hideous clowns. No use putting it off any longer. There's only one thing left to do. Give me a D-E-S-C. John, jump down. Jade, scamper into the grand foyer with wild abandon. Oh. You scamper your heart out and bump into something. You don't know why he always insists on keeping it so dark in here. Oh look, it was one of his dumb globes. These things make it awfully difficult to navigate the foyer. We get it, Granddad. You like to travel around the world going on adventures and stuff. Lousy goddamn stupid globes. Arm yourself. Grandpa will surely have stern words for you if he catches you without your trusty rifle at the ready. That's just what you need. Another one of his blustering, mustachioed diatribes. You are rolling your eyes in advance, getting them warmed up. But ideally, you can evade him altogether. All you have to do is get past the fireplace and out the front door, and you will be scot-free. Examine those chaps on the sofa. These are the manners for distinguished house guests. They like to gather here by the fireplace for tea time. As well as pretty much all other times. It's all very mannerly and civilized. You know exactly what's going to happen when you try to sneak by. The fireplace is going to light up and your grandpa's silhouette is going to appear in front of the fire to give you a good spook. He's also predictable. There he goes. The old man has the flame. You suppose you could still manage to sneak by the crafty old man if you're fast enough. Avoiding an encounter would be ideal. Encounters with him are usually intense. Leap dramatically across the divide. Whoops, you guess an encounter with him is almost certain now, but most likely not for a while. Time to see what someone else is up to. Oh, let's say Dave. Oh. Strife. Strife? Ooh. There's Grandpa Harley. There you go. There she goes. Oh. Yes, I am going out with this gun. No, I will not get a bigger one. No, I will not take yours. I can't even lift it. Oh, that is so preposterous. Do you even hear what you're saying? I will be fine. This is a perfectly deadly gun and it shoots lots of incredibly deadly bullets. Oh, will you just stop it? I'm going now. Goodbye. Jade abscond. He was so much easier to deal with when he was alive. PM. Miraculously survive. Ooh. Purell explosion hole. No, the mailboxes. Oh, is our worm friend getting them? Yay! Oh, that guy has an ink splotch on him too. Look at the body. Yay! Rose, refuse to acknowledge the absurd kitten. You fail miserably. Oh look, there's some more mad science crap over here. Insert coin. This weird arcade gizmo adapted to the setup obviously doesn't take coins anymore, assuming it never did. Besides, you left all your coins on the fridge, remember? Let's play a game. This doesn't appear to be a game. It appears to be an appearifier. Screw around with the appearifier. You mess with the controls. Hey, Jaspers is alive. Or at least he was in the past. According to the timestamp, this was almost 9 years ago. Try to move the crosshairs of the joystick, but it seems to be permanently locked on a specific target. You might be able to unlock it, but you clearly don't have much time to horse around with this thing. You zoom out. Looks like you and Jaspers were having one of your sessions. You weren't making a lot of progress though, because Jaspers is no doubt being characteristically recalcitrant? Probably not correct, but that's okay. You possibly jotted this phrase down in your pad. It's hard to remember though. Wait, could this be that day? Rose, cause time paradox. You attempt to purify Jaspers. This would surely cause a time paradox because you can plainly see that he's not told you his secret yet. It seems the machine has a safety mechanism to prevent such irresponsible purification practices. Paradox ghost imprint of Jaspers purifies instead and quickly settles into a mound of sludge. The machine before it sucks up the paradox sludge and begins some kind of automated procedure. Seems whatever sort of primordial biochemical properties the sludge possesses is being evaluated by the device. The device generates a fetal paradox clone of Jaspers. The wretched creature exhibits a number of unfortunate mutations, though. The good news is that it will be mercifully unestablished along with this facility shortly. This is also the bad news. Whoever was operating this machine in the past may have been making unsuccessful attempts to perfect the science of ectobiology. Ectobiology, huh? Exciting. Have a flashback. There's no need for a flashback. Conveniently, you can watch what happened right here on the monitor. You roll the clock forward a few seconds. Jaspers reveals a stunning secret to you in strict confidence. Before you could ask him to clarify, he vanished into thin air. You now believe you understand why. However, you were not the one to purify him from this moment. Your hand was nowhere near the controls just now. A couple weeks after he vanished, his body washed up along the riverbank. His suit was a mess. Your mother fitted him with a new one just before the absurd funeral service she insisted upon. Trace Jasper's whereabouts on the machine. You roll the clock forward to a week after he vanished. It seems there's no accessible feed tracing his whereabouts during that time frame. You fast forward another week. There he is, just as you found him. Fast forward to now. Whoa. Yeah. It's Jasper's. He's alive. Well, okay, he's still dead, but his body's intact. Turns out it wasn't some kind of disintegratifier like you thought. It's more like an escapalizer. Purify Jasper's immediately. Good thing you finally got all this sorted out. You only have 10 seconds to spare. Time to stash the dead cat and Amscray. Stop fooling around and transportalize out of there. Pretty decent escapalization. Jade, locate and feed the devil beast you call a pet. Devil beast? Good luck finding him. If he wants to be found, he'll find you. Becquerel has always managed to elude your prognosticator faculties. He is absolutely invisible to your intuition somehow, a property almost totally unique to him. It used to freak you out a little bit, but you have since grown accustomed to it. Aw, she looks cute there. There's Becquerel. Huh? Oh, it was nothing. Nothing at all. Moving right along. Retrieve the package you expected to arrive. Birthday package you expecting from John arrives months late, and yet right on time. Landed over there, past the crumbling monument, a satellite to the great mystic ruins at the center of the cratered lagoon. John, triple somersault into room, etc. Stick the landing. Okay, you do that. You're now in your dad's room. Huh? Where are all the clowns? You spot your dad's briefcase next to you. It probably contains all sorts of clues, or at least various forms and paperwork critical to his trade as a hilarious street performer. Snoop. Aw yeah, here come the secrets. Get ready for some major reveal. Wait a minute. These are just boring business documents and spreadsheets. What the hell is going on? Oh. That is ridiculously cute that he has a picture of John on his dresser. Good God. Calm down. It'll be alright. So all those years, while you believed he was busking up the corners with hilarious antics, he was working as an ordinary businessman all along. Maybe he was just a man trying to make a good honest living for his son. Maybe he was too embarrassed to tell you the truth. Or maybe it was just you'd never bothered to ask. You always just assumed. Human prisoner has broken out of his jail cell yet again. Attempts to block the cell door with heavy objects have proven futile. Ooh, there he goes. You're going to need a bigger safe. Who's this guy? Enter name. Spade Slick. Spade Slick. Got a nice ring to it, but you know your own name, and that damn well ain't your name. Take another stab at it. State name and rank. Okay, state name and rank. You are Archagent Jack Noir. You oversee various affairs of a dark kingdom. Presently, you are determining how to deal with this prisoner, who has been a thorn in your side since he was apprehended. You view the affairs of the kingdom through a series of fenestrated walls. You have 3 walls, nearly enough to form a cubicle of vigilance, which is a full and proper enclosure for an agent of your stature. However, much to your utter contempt, your 4th wall was stolen some time ago. Jack, don comical hat. This frivolous headdress turns your stomach. You'd sooner stick your head in a furnace than coax it onto this monstrosity's loathsome, colorful maw. It's bad enough that your exalted ruler ordered everyone to drape themselves in these hideous rags the moment the troublesome human with the pipe and his child showed up. But you draw the line at the hat. Call a minion. You order one of your burliest agents to the scene. He brings something heavier this time. Oh. Your transmission is interrupted. It seems your glorious monarch has concerns over your wardrobe. Fine. You begrudgingly don the comical hat. Stupid, lousy, wise, and just leader. What a royal pain in the ass. Throw down hat in disgust. You fully intend to once your superior stops breathing down your neck for a second. Wait, what now? Ooh. He's got him. He's got it under control. Your blood is boiling so hot you could cook an egg on your carapace. Looks like you'll just have to go handle this yourself. John, investigate room for anything Dad may have left behind. Seems there are some unopened birthday present, which Dad didn't get around to giving you yet. Present time, open a present, see what's inside. The one on the right seems promising. You open to see what it is inside, and oh god, yes. Fetch Modus control deck. Bonus capture log pack and fetch modus inside. Ooh. Obtain sweet loot. You tear into this thing and put a mean peep on the sweet loot. In addition to your modus control deck, you got a bonus array fetch modus, plus another 12 cards, which are practically worthless by this point, but hey, you'll take them. First thing you do is flush the extra cards in your deck. Okay, really, this is just way too many cards. Equip Array Fetch Modus. The Array Modus allows you to store and retrieve any item from any card at any time. It seems exceptionally serviceable, albeit difficult to weaponize. Boring! Read instructions for control deck. There's nothing to read, really. Just pop some Modus cartridges in the slots, fire it up, and see what happens. Start by putting the stack and queue modi in the slots. Your Silodex now behaves like both a stack and a queue. Items can be removed from either the top card or the bottom card. See no reason at all not to jam the array cartridge in there too. You make sure to blow the dust out first, of course. Silodex reconfigures itself into an array of distinct queue stacks. Now we're talking. This is just the sort of needless complexity you've come to expect from your inventory management system. Unwrap the smallest present first. You have a staunch policy of always saving the biggest present for last. Always. See the box of delicious fruit gushers. Could this birthday get any better? You don't think so. Getting some food for your birthday? Okay. Open the big one. You thought wrong. Oh, you got a little suit. Ah, how cute. Look at this dapper fella. Fill up an entire queue stack with shoes. Okay, awesome. Queue stack full of shoes. Caps Lock Fruit Gushers. Dang, you spaced out and put it in the wrong queue stack. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of this thing. Closely inspect Fruit Gushers box. So delicious. You can't wait to caps lock one of these packs and make like 1,000,000 gushers. Screw all this building nonsense, you'd rather make candy. Wait a minute. It can't be. The Highness Batterwitch has her gnarled claws and everything. What do gushers have to do with baked goods anyway? How does this make sense? Why? Why? Mental breakdown. Stupid John. Thank you for that. Retrieve package. Yay! Okay. Oh, going back to sleep. Aw. Puppy. Aw. Rose, check cell for any mixed atoms with cat. Nope, no mixed atoms. Looks like you and the kitty kept your genes to yourself. Your new kitty whose name is... you'll think of one later. Hey, where the heck are you anyway? Look around room. Oh, you're back home. The well-stocked bar and the vantage from the window tells you this is your mom's room. Or at least what you thought was her room. You decide not to be especially melodramatic about this revelation. Watch the meteor impact. Huh, that's funny. Shouldn't that place be unestablished by now? The downpour of smaller meteors has stopped. Oh. Better get out of here. This room is a powder keg with all this booze laying around. John, get down to business. Suddenly, you were feeling very businessman-like for some reason. You just punched a shitload of cards in anticipation of making a whole lot of cool stuff. This time, you didn't foolishly destroy any items. You just looked at the codes for some objects you rounded up and punched them on blank cards. You wonder how much alchemizing you could get away with before Rose gets back? As if she's got any right to tell you what to do with your hard-earned grist. You're the one running around here putting your ass on the line. All she's got to do is mess around with her computer. Anyway, you better hurry. Jade. Dream. Robo Jade. You are now dreaming. Your dream bot is awake and active. Jade, obliquely foreshadow future through interpretive dance. Your silly dance foreshadows nothing and is essentially meaningless, but it sure is a lot of fun. Quick, get into bed. You climb into bed and try to get comfortable, but some sort of invisible force is pressing down on you. A strange feeling of cold, heavy metal. This happens every time you try to get into bed. No wonder you can never get any sleep. Realize you can fly. There's not much to realize. Of course you can fly. Open package. You stop all this flying around nonsense and examines John's birthday package. Unfortunately, you cannot open it yet. This package has an important journey to make first. You are planning on delivering it momentarily. Good thing you already knew what's inside, otherwise you would surely be consumed by curiosity and suspense. You sincerely pity anyone who might be forced to endure such a fate. Months in the past. Enough for the above weather to be seasonably reconcilable. Ghosty trickster began pestering Garden Gnostic. Hey, happy birthday, Jade! Yay, thank you, John! Whew, okay, I got your present in the mail just on time. Plus I sent Rose's and Dave's too. Why do you guys' birthdays gotta be all bunched together like that? You are running me ragged. I know, but it is nice of you to think of us all like that. I can't wait for you to see what I got you. I don't even want to spoil it or anything, but hopefully it'll help you solve those problems you've been having lately. Mysterious wink. I'm sure it is great. I can't wait either. It might take a while to get here from there, but it will be worth the wait. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. I forgot how long it takes you to get stuff. Ugh. John, that's okay, really. I'm sure it will get to me exactly when it needs to, and it will be a nice surprise when it does. Okay, well, I hope so. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, sorry. I had to tell someone to go away. Oh god, the trolls again? Yep. They've been such a pain in the ass lately. It seems there are so many. There are either like 50 of these guys, or it's one guy with a lot of alt accounts. I've never had any sort of feeling about them or what they want, which is kind of weird. But it seems to me like they're probably all different people and not one guy. I've counted 12. What do they want with us? Some people just like to needle others for some reason, John. It is like a game, I guess. They are like pranksters. Oh, hell no. Shittiest pranksters ever. But I think they are mostly harmless. Every so often they manage to get through my block filter and hassle me. It's been going on for years. Actually, some of them are kind of funny, I think. Oh, wow, what? Years? Well, okay, I'm sick of them. I've been thinking of changing my Pesterchum handle to throw them off the trail. So, I guess I'm gonna do that. Make totems. Excuse me. You've already carved a few totems, but you've had to return to the living room for more crooksite dowels. Your carving work is not nearly complete. Every time you re-enter your room, you shudder at the recent handiwork of some mischievous imps. You can't turn your back on them for a second. Rotten imps. Those posters were like children to you. Welcome, hi. Playroom. At long last, you've returned to your bedroom with a stable power supply and internet connection. Vodka Mutini appears at your side. You suppose you will call it Beauty for short. Pester John. That's quite a totem collection. What are you planning? Whoa, hi! Oh, gonna make some stuff. Are you okay? Hasn't your house been on fire for like 5 hours now? No, that was the nearby forest, which up until quite recently would have been best described as on fire. But you may be excited to learn that just as recently, my house finally notched that achievement. Wow, congrats, I guess? Thank you. Have you seen Dave? Nah, his bro's probably busy kicking his ass. That's all there is to say on the matter. Okay, I'm going to start putting this grist to use too. Let's be sparing with the frivolous knick-knack breeding and focus on getting you up to the gate, okay? Yeah, okay, I hear you, but I think we'll have plenty. I've been killing imps all over the house, and now it's lousy with gushers. Gushers? I mean grist. Serves them right for ruining my posters, bastards. Which posters? Don't you see? My sweet movie posters. Look at them. They're fucking ruined. John. Ugh. Are you suggesting that the imps are responsible for defacing the movie posters? Yeah? Your posters have looked like that ever since I first saw your room. The moment we started playing this game. I thought you defaced them ironically to mock your father's interests. John. Very funny, Rose. Nice joke. Great joke there, Rose. Like top of the line prank. This is good. Laughter is probably the best way to avoid being especially melodramatic about the revelation. Yes, yes, let's keep this joke going because it's such a good one. Oh my. Poor John. Poor little guy. WV. Descend. You cannot descend from the top of your mobile station. The loose cable you gathered up and tied together is not yet long enough to allow you to reach the ground safely. You've used all the cable you can find. You'll have to come up with another plan. Sacrifice your mayoral sash for more cables. Absolutely not. What, are you crazy? A mayor does not relinquish his mayoral sash under any circumstances. Ever. Period. Purify the temple. That is such a dumb idea. Not as dumb as using your sash, but it comes close. That temple is way too big. You'd probably just end up purifying a chunk of useless, boring rock. Wait, what's that? There's something dangling from the top of one of the towers near the temple. Command Serenity to carry the rope to you. She is a tiny insect and cannot possibly lift more than the weight of a pumpkin seed. She does, however, inform you of what the ledge contains through a series of informative blinks. There's an old rusty harpoon lodged into the crumbling rock. Tied to it is a bunched-up jumble of handy cable. This strikes you as convenient. It's almost as if someone knew you would need a bunch of cable, that you would have a mayoral sash made of cable, and that you were particularly attached to that mayoral sash and would stubbornly refuse to use it. Anyone who knew that much would surely possess a special gift. Alas, it seems a bit far-fetched. Get your rope. Okay, we just established it was a cable and not a rope, but that's okay. Take a hasty swig from one of your delicious ponds and put down. Then quickly adjust the coordinates to have purified the jumble of handy cable. Oh, of course. The time wasn't set to the present moment. Somehow it got reset to a few hundred years ago. It is some sort of present from the past in the present. Attaches the envelope. It looks extremely important. To Mr. Mayor. Open the envelope. Inside is a letter and another envelope. This is all highly confusing and you do not know what to make of it. Still, it is obviously critical mayoral business which you take very seriously, and you will defend this package with your life. Try to purify the cable again. Set the time to present and purify the jumble of cable. Take obvious course of action. You tie the cable together and carefully lower your precious pumpkin bundle. You then rappel down the station with your package, which must not leave your side. Which is to say, the present moment precisely. Oh, it said years in the future. Which is to say, the present moment precisely. Ooh. An aimless renegade prepares for company. Ah. Rose, build as much as you can, as fast as you can. Okay, while I make some stuff here, can you keep an eye out for imps? Just keep the safe or tub handy or something. It'll serve them right for trashing my posters. I keep telling you the posters were always like that. And I keep telling you, haha, very funny. Here, look. Yeah, huh? Yeah, I saw those, but they didn't look like that before. You must have changed them. Even if I had the motive for such a bizarre and pointless deception, where would I find the time? I don't even have Photoshop. Then why didn't you tell me they were there? I had no reason to think you were not aware of them. I thought they were strange, certainly, but was not struck with any particular impulse to discuss them. Okay, it still doesn't make sense, though. Implying that I drew them a while ago and then forgot and couldn't see them and now suddenly see them. That's stupid. What would that even mean? It looks like you were in your father's room recently. Yeah? And how did it make you feel to discover what was in there? Oh no, I just realized. You're going to psychotherapify me. Well, don't bother. Maybe I'm just being a friend. Maybe. Anyway, I guess you saw what's in there. It's boring and there's not much to even see. That doesn't matter. What matters is how seeing it affected you. I think it clearly has in some way. Well, I don't know. At first I was nervous to go in and find more of his weird clowns, because of course they're stupid and I hate them a lot. But then when I didn't see any, it was weird. I felt weirdly, disappointed almost. Is it fair to say this changed your perception of your father? Yeah, I guess. Is it just a stretch to conclude it changed your perception of other things as well? No, maybe not. What are you getting at? Sounds like you're saying I'm crazy. John, alchemize. I don't like to use the word crazy. This is like levels of irony. Him writing he doesn't like to use the word crazy, but he uses plenty of absolutely worse slurs. Oh god. See? This is therapy bullshit. That was a joke. But anyway, whether it means you're crazy or not, consider this theory. Your presumably long-standing tendency for scrawling this imagery is really your subconscious trying to express something disturbing within you. Possibly something from your past which you have blocked out, and since you have suppressed it, your conscious self cannot acknowledge the drawings. Therefore, they have been invisible until now. Why now? Perhaps because you've seen evidence that conflicts with your worldview of your subconscious. Perhaps you've seen some evidence that conflicts with the worldview your subconscious has constructed to obfuscate the truth. That your dad is not necessarily the clown-loving maniac you thought he was. All along, this negative attribute buried in your psyche may have been projected onto him and subsequently reviled as a sort of defense mechanism. But this is absurd. My dad loves these shitty clowns. He's got all these statues and paintings everywhere. Is it unthinkable that over the years it was he who believed you were the one with the passion for the clowns? Because of all the strange drawings in your room? A father that embraces a son's hobby to establish a stronger bond, or wages a campaign of passive-aggressive mockery of your interest. Either is plausible. I don't know your dad that well. I don't know. Not sure about all this. I think we need to stop and acknowledge the bunny sassacre fedora I just made. It's awesome. Yeah. Oh, he's wearing it. That's so cute. Wow, what are you doing, by the way? Rose, sorry to say this, but this is all looking kind of silly. I'm trying to spread the upward construction around so there's a more substantial foundation for later on. But I'm kind of starting to wonder if it'll be strong enough. It's kind of starting to wobble a little. I don't think brick chimneys were meant to serve this architectural purpose. Yeah, no shit. Might have to adopt a different building strategy. Stick to more load-bearing walls and blockier shapes, especially since grist has been easier to come by lately. Okay, but you must really be running low on time by now, right? Right. Strider! Dream up extra arms and play advanced bass solo. It's bass. It's bass. It's a guitar, so it's bass. Take a listen. Okay. Change wardrobifier to cycle through Star Heart Horseshoe. Okay, good idea. Leave the moon in the cycle though, because you like it. Go explore the Golden City. Go and make a new friend. Oh. We're back here. Eat letter and envelope. You cut that out. You have company. Look behind you. See, over there. Read letter. Dear Mr. Mayor, go here. Give present. Hooray! Oh, please do this. The freedom of your people depends on it. Your friend. Ah! Oh no! Mayor! Cover! Hurry! Give present. Hooray! The glance. To Miss Mail Lady. Jade, gracefully fly to the other golden tower. Decide to check on your neighbor. Inspect to neighbor's tower. It is very much the same as your own. The only difference is that this one is home to a young boy instead of a young girl. You peer through the window. John is of course sound asleep. It looks like he's having troubled dreams as usual. You cannot disturb his slumber though. He'll wake up when he's ready. Look at that plushie. Speaking of John, you wonder if he got the birthday present you sent to him. Or for that matter, if you even remembered to send it? Darn, you get so confused sometimes. If only you had some system in place to help you remember things. Your moon is getting very close to Skya. You'd better go inside soon. It's never a very good idea to be outside during the eclipse. Maybe you can take the opportunity to log into your computer and ask John about his present. You just know he'll think it's awesome, and it will be a great way to thank him for the wonderful present he got you. John, alchemize in a 1980s time-lapse montage. That'd be pretty cool, and would promote the appearance to the audience that a whole lot was getting done in not much time, but it also sounds like kind of a pain in the ass, so you decide to play it straight up this time. Rose has moved the alchemizer back down to the deck while she reworks the building project up there. Just as well, because it'll save you a lot of legwork. Between this thing, the Designix, and the lathe, that's a whole lot of scrambling around. We combine hammer and pogo ride. This time, instead of overlapping the two cards which created the pogo hammer, you use the two codes to double punch a blank card, producing a different hole pattern. Result is the hammerhead pogo ride. Doesn't look like it's as much fun as the original ride. To be fair, it's probably a lot safer. Double punching cards creates patterns with more holes rather than less holes by overlapping cards. Strikes you as a viable method for combining more than two items without whittling down too few holes, or too many. Just mix up the overlaps and double punches, and the sky's the limit. Combine ghost shirt and suit. Make the green slime ghost suit. Pretty swanky, but you're not completely satisfied with the wardrobe upgrade yet. Combine ghost suit and wise guy book. Yeah! Make the wise guy slime suit. This is so much better. It seems there are lots of secret trickstery gimmicks concealed in— oh shit, there go the cards. Combine glasses and PDA. Make the serious business goggles. This is a pretty nice hands-free communication solution. Makes you look way cooler, like one of the kids from Spy Kids or something. God, that was a good movie. Real spies, only smaller. Combine sledgehammer, telescope, and sassacre text. Telescopic sassacrusher. Make this telescopic sassacrusher at pretty considerable expense. This thing could probably pound an ogre into crude burger. Of course, you have no hope of lifting it whatsoever. Combine gushers and blue ectoplasm. Hellacious blue phlegm aneurysm gushers. You mix your gushers with some of the blue slime Nana left on the wall to make a box of hellacious blue phlegm aneurysm gushers with ghosty healing properties. These should be convenient, if somewhat unappetizing. Combine fake arm, blue ectoplasm, and PDA. Make the remote ghost gauntlet. It looks like when you put on the special computer glove, it lets you control the big slimy ghost hand. The ghost gauntlet appears to have considerably higher lift capacity than your own puny arms. Combine ghost gauntlet and bathroom mirror. Make a left-handed remote ghost gauntlet to complete the pair, because you don't see why the hell not. Combine umbrella and straight razor. Make the barber's best friend. Suddenly seems worthwhile for you to go nab that umbrella kind stripe specimen that's been laying in the study for a while. Combine gushers and shaving cream. Make a deadly Betty Crocker Barbasol bomb. Be careful with that thing. Jesus. Combine ghost dad poster with... Okay, you have a cool idea for something to do with your ghost dad poster, but it looks like you drew shit all over it that one too without realizing it. Lousy goddamn stupid subconscious. Anyway, I think you have an idea how to clean it up. Capsule log, punch, Heath Ledger Joker figurine. You can somehow subtract the code of the Joker figurine from the code of the poster, it might work. Luckily, the Joker code only has 2 holes, making the task very simple. The defaced Cosby poster shares the same holes. We determined that the defaced Cosby could only result from a double punching with the Joker, if your theory is correct. That means the original Cosby poster had one of those holes punched, or the other, or neither, making 3 total possibilities. You try out all 3 possible codes, yielding 1 potted plant, 1 painting of a horse attacking a football player, 1 clean Cosby poster. Success. Combine Cosby poster with computer. Make the Cosby top computer. This thing is probably a useless piece of shit, but making it has caused you to feel an alarming sense of satisfaction. Combine Dad's hat and Problem Sleuth game. You make another ordinary fedora with 4 pieces of candy corn inside. Combine hammer and Problem Sleuth game. Whatever this item is, you can't make it yet. It requires a ludicrous amount of grist, some types of which you've not even encountered. Combine iron and pogo hammer. You make the wrinkle fucker. So much sweet loot. You'd almost think of a simultaneous your birthday and Christmas or something. Of course you know that's ridiculous and could never conceivably happen. Back to Dave. More strifing. Poor Dave. Poor little guy. Beyond pestering ectobiologist. Bro just kicked my ass. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Mr. John. Oh, we read this one already. Oh, that was awesome. How exciting. Making sure we didn't... Yeah, okay. We read this one as well. Update colorful reminders. You take a moment to gather your thoughts after your dream. While you are asleep, it can get very confusing figuring out what is really happening and what isn't, especially during the eclipse when you are exposed to too many visions of the past, present, and future through a variety of cloud mirages. It's only after you wake up that you are able to start making sense of it all, and your reminders help you to do this. But on reflection, there wasn't much in the dream about the future. You were quite surprised to see your dog in the dream, though. It's the first time the crafty guardian has ever appeared in a dream. You've learned that today is his birthday, just like it is for your other best friend. You've always wondered about this, and you never had the chance to throw him a party and bake him a cake. Now you can. But if you do, it seems you'll need a lot of candles. Beck has never allowed you to enter the mystic ruins for reasons you never understood. You always assumed it was on account of your protection, but your dream has strongly suggested to you that that is where you need to go now. Since your dream bot is secured in its chamber and does not need to be looked after, Beck is taking a nap in the grand foyer, as he usually does. Perhaps you can take advantage of this and sneak out the house another way. Grab your harpoon gun. Oh yes, of course! One of your reminders tells you that you still have a package to deliver too. This way you can kill 2 birds with 1 harpoon gun. Use harpoon as zipline into the great outdoors. Choo! Zip. Finish building. Back to Rose. Architectural perfection. Dave, mourn the loss of Cal. See you, little dude. If you had any more apple juice, you would pour some out for your homie. You'll have to remember to double check your closet for more juice. Dave, go get a goddamn new sword. Perhaps you will, but if you do, looks like you'll have to break it first. Perfectly good striped specibus down the toilet. Thanks, bro. Capture log beta. Try to grab the beta, but you forgot your Solidex is completely packed. Wonder why you jammed all this useless crap in here in the first place. Maybe you assumed you would weaponize it all during one of your customary hash rat battles with your bro. But in retrospect, that probably would have just been a huge chore and would have made the battle drag on forever. It's like, what, are you made of time? Eject your modus and set it to Scrabble values. Dump all this crap all over the roof. You then set your modus to Scrabble hash function for some reason. This function always makes it a little less intuitive to calculate hash values for items, and therefore more cumbersome to rap with. But you guess that's kind of a moot point now that your bro flew off fuck knows where. His mysterious ways transcend irony once again. Get beta. Get the beta, which is now yielding a radically different hash value with the Scrabble function, which is to say, a radically exactly the same value. Press a rose. Look at his dainty little fingers tapping on his phone. What a nerd. Okay, I got it. Hope you appreciate how much gross spongy proboscis I had to fillet to get to this game. Hello? What are you doing? Anyway, I'm downstairs now, installing this thing. Later. You finally finished building your project. You have done all you can do for John. You don't think he can provide much assistance against all those ogres this time, but at least now John appears to be armed to the teeth. All there is left to do is wait for Dave. Capture log and send John code for his present. That would certainly hasten the parcel's delivery, but the gift isn't finished yet. You've spent months accelerating your knitting skills to be able to make the gift of a perfect sentimental appeal. You've even incorporated a cherished heirloom you've had for as long as you can remember. When he sees your staggering gesture of sentimentality, he will finally understand. You'll understand that in a game of facetious sentimental gestures, no one gets the best of Rose Lalonde. Months in the past. Dear Rose, happy birthday! Thanks for being such a great friend all these years. I know you like to make it out that you're playing it cool and don't care much about the people in your life, but I know deep down you really do. Hell, not even that deep down. It's like, your subconscious is having a wet t-shirt contest. And you being all aloof is this totally soggy shirt doing no good at all at hide nothing. Oh wait, it looks like 2 can play at this game of cracking all these highfalutin psychology books. Oh snap. But yeah, I got you this because I think you're really creative, and you could make something nice with it if you put your mind to it. It might help you take your mind off of a lot of the serious business you're always absorbed in. You know, all this weirdo pseudo-gothy stuff or whatever. Frankly, it's kind of depressing. Anyway, you're the best, Rose. Have a rad 13th. I will catch up with you guys soon. God, you're all so old. Ghosty Trickster. John. Answer. Grim Auxiliatrix. Being trolling. Why is it that when the subject of temporal mechanics is broached, your sparing human intellects instantly assume the most integrating posture of surrender imaginable? Time is not that difficult to understand. It is the utility that the universe may resort to in order to advance a desired degree of complexity. Or maybe not resort to if that is the case. It is all pretty pedestrian. But no.
When time travel comes up, you present the face that a man shows when the breeze gradually alerts him to his absence of nether dressings. I don't see how we properly agitate you if all you continue to insist on is failing to understand basic concepts which common infants effortlessly manage to describe via scrollings in their own puddles of sloppy discharge. Have we spoken before? Yes, in the future. You and your friends never cease to invent ways to strengthen the credibility of your assertions. Oh my, it is your human sarcasm again. I enjoy listening to it, and I wish doing so could serve as my primary form of recreation. There, see, I just did it too. Saying the opposite thing to emphasize my contempt. But suddenly I feel more primitive and hate myself a little more. It's like this funny miracle that just happened in my heart. I would admire the sophistication of you and your fellow future dwellers a little more if you seemed to be aware the word human only functions as that sort of adjective in bad science fiction. But I won't be rude and change the subject. There's still a bit of unflagellated straw poking out of your rhetorical effigy over here. Oh dear, no, we aren't from the future, but we are certainly already in agreement that you don't get it and never will. I thought you said we spoke in the future. We did. Your future? For me it was only a couple minutes ago. I understand. You exist in some temporal stratum for which you have communication access to various points in my timeline. It's not that complicated. Yes, that's right. You try to talk some sense into your idiot friends so that we may proceed to bother them all in more rational terms. I try to every day, with mixed results. But you see, it's not that I don't understand you, it's just that I don't believe you. Because it's nonsense. Albeit persistent and coordinated nonsense. Why would a bunch of temporally dislocated trolls want to harass a group of friends throughout completely random points in time? I will admit this campaign of provocation wasn't all that well thought out. Don't tell anyone I said that. Alright, maybe you should get some trolling tips from us humans. Our sparing intellects are probably better suited to it. Yeah, maybe. Why don't we be friends? You want to be my friend? I think so. I think we were supposed to. You suggested as much earlier. You mean I did in the future? Yes, a couple of minutes ago. Probably because I remembered you mentioning it in the conversation we're having now. That's likely. Your commitment to this role-playing scenario is intriguing. What choice do I have but to accept? I know the voices are really similar, but they have really similar vibes. Ooh. Back to Dave. He looks weird in those shades.
Dear Dave, happy birthday! I just wanted to take a break from telling you how much your gay butt stinks all the time and what an awesome friend you are. Seriously, on any other day I would be downplaying how you aren't really as cool as you think you are, but between you and me, I think you might actually be that cool. I think you just gotta get out of your bro's shadow and spread your wings, dude. So I got you these. They're totally authentic. They actually touch Ben Stiller's weird sort of gaunt face at some point. I'm sure you'll dig them because I know you lolled so hard at that movie. Okay, for real, this is sort of a shitty present, but it is an ironic present because I know you wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe you can wear them ironically at the same time. They might even be more ironic than you and your bro's dumb pointy anime shades. Anyway, have a good one, buddy, and stay busy being totally sweet. Go see Trickster. John. Dave, answer.
Hey, first, okay, I think you're awful. Let's put that fact on the table where we can both see it. Now you've been primed for the digestive ruination that's about to take place, and the comprehensive soiling of the laundry enveloping your person. Oh my god, you type like a tool. This is Adios Toreador. He gets the Morty voice, because that's what I imagine him to be like. Yeah, now you're getting it. What you're in for. Are you ready to be trolled within an inch of your miserable human cortex? This is so weak. I'm almost getting tired of wasting good material on you guys. It's like you've got nothing. It's always one of you sprouting up and ranting about how hard I'm about to get trolled with no ensuing substance. You don't even know anything about us. One of you fuckers thought I was a girl. Okay, yeah, but the thing that is that I don't care about your anatomical details and things like that. I know what you've done, or will do, actually. It's the most awful thing, the worst you can ever do. Sorry I wouldn't cyber with you, dude, in the future or whatever. What? Wait.
Oh, okay, you're the one who likes to submit innuendo. Human innuendo? Yes, human innuendo. Sorry for the lack of clarity. So at what point in the future am I supposed to look forward to whipping up this titanic hankering for my knob? Be honest with me, because I'm busy, and I want to know exactly when I get to clear some space in my calendar for when some fuckwit blunders out a magical phone booth and makes a ballad-inspiring play for my throbbing... Dave, dude, come on, man. What does that even mean? Should I be perturbed by these illusions? No, ma'am. Look, I just need to know when to be there. When the stars come into alignment and your flux capacitor lets you finally sate your mentoric greed for crotch toxin. I wouldn't want to miss and cause a paradox or something. It'd suck if the universe blew up on account of you missing your window of opportunity to help yourself too. I'm not gonna say that. Okay, this is sort of starting to upset me. Jesus, you are such a shitty troll. Guess I'll leave you alone and find another point in time to bother you when, I guess, you are more emotionally susceptible and don't have all these bees in your bonnet about your human sexuality. Oh no, no dude, you sassed me up. We are in the shit now, together, for the long haul. What? We're motherfucking entrenched in this bitch. You and me, welcome to Nom. Grab my hand and shimmy your soggy ass off that muddy bank before Charlie gets the fucking drop. Who's Charlie? He's the guy who's gonna read our vows. I'm feeling pretty friggin' matrimonial all of a sudden. Take a look down by your foot, see that little bottle, stomp on that shit like it's fire. Noisy ethnic dudes are flipping the fuck out and waving us around on chairs so someone gets hurt. I'm your 300-pound matronly freight train. My gaping furnace is hungry for coal, so get goddamn shoveling. Oh my god. Bro, look at my eyes, that twinkle. That'd be devotion, you herniated bro. Pro wrestler sweaty purple tape. Sparkling like a visit from your fairy fucking godmother should be pure and true. That's what you see, a kaleidoscopic supernova while your hopes and dreams all swishing together. Radially effervescing arms and more... This is horrible. I can't read the half of this. This is how we do this. This shit's more real than Kraft Mayo. Diastorian or blocked him. That's how you respond to trolls. You just be more outrageous than they can handle. Just be as stupid as possible and they'll get confused and leave. This seems like a good point to stop. I apologize for that last page. That was pretty terrible, but you know how it'd be, I guess. By now, I'm sure you know how it'd be. I'm pretty sure it gets worse, too. Alright, yeah, but this is a good stopping point. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the fourth part of our Homestuck reading. I posted my schedule on Twitter. You can see my Twitter handle on my on the page here. Yeah, so go check out my schedule on Twitter. We're gonna be reading more Homestuck. We're gonna be doing it 2 or 3 times this week, actually, because I'm really excited. I'm really glad to be doing this, and I want to get through it. Yeah, so that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.